My name is Carla Duran. 5 years ago, I moved to the United States with my mom and my sister from the Dominican Republic and started my sophomore year in high school in Lowell, Massachusetts. Today, I would like to share with you how school, at first, really didn't work for me, but how ultimately, through the power of amazing teachers and deep learning experiences, it was in school where I gained the most important lessons that to this day help me succeed. When I arrived to the United States, language was the hardest thing. I was given a test that placed me in ELL classes, and it didn't take me long to realize that I didn't like being in these classes at all. I really knew everything that these classes offered, like the days of the week and colors, and understood everything the teacher was saying. It was actually outside of the class where I felt more confident. In the lunch hall, watching TV, and being with friends. That was when I was truly learning and beginning to understand things. Meanwhile, in ELL class, I was gluing things into picture books instead of reading Shakespeare or The Outsiders, like my peers. I wanted to be open up to those new horizons, but I feel like that test I took on my first day gave me a label that permanently determined the limit of who I could be. That all changed when I met my history teacher. She transformed the way I thought about school by making history part of my day-to-day life. In my history class, my teacher introduced the Generation Citizen program to us. We were asked to learn civics by actually creating sort of real policy change in our own schools and communities. At first, we didn't really think we were going to actually do anything meaningful or be listened to by adults. But we went along with the process and find out how wrong we were. Like, really, really wrong. Our class started by debating many issues we care about, and finally decided to take up the issue of Islamophobia to address the fact that our Muslim peers were being bullied in our high school and communities across the country. At the time, even our national political leaders were discriminating against Muslim people, although we were just high schoolers. Yeah, we noticed. We started our project by surveying Muslim students and doing weeks of research and possible solutions at the school, city or state level. We decided to keep it local to have real impact, so we decided to advocate for our school district to include more cultural education in our curriculum, including teaching about different religions and cultural traditions. Our class wrote letters and made phone calls to schedule meetings and then presented to local officials, school committee members, and elementary and high school principals. I remember how nervous I was about public speaking because as an ELL student, you worry about things like that. One time, I had to talk to my state representative. I thought, oh my God, how am I going to do this? How am I going to talk to this person? Like, I don't even know the lingo. But I did it. And guess what? He really listened. In history class, learning was so different. Unlike my experiences in my early ELL classes, I felt that my teacher had high expectations and trusted us. As a history class of all ELL students and recent immigrants from over 20 different countries, rather than being seen as a problem, our diversity of perspectives was seen as valuable. We were the leaders of the class and given an actual voice to make decisions each day. It was up to us, and the work we were doing to make change was real. It was no joke. I began to see school very differently once I began Generation Citizen. My peers and I were excited to come to class every day, and I was so inspired by what we were all accomplishing to change our schools and communities. Another Generation Citizen class worked on gun safety to fight teen suicide and led a citywide gun buyback program with the local police, collecting 38 guns the first time they did it. Another class set up an entire food pantry in our high school to combat teenage hunger. We were changing our school from the ground up. Looking back on this time in high school, I learned so much about what works and what doesn't for kids to be successful. When students are placed in classes or environments that don't fit, we close up. We close our ears and close our minds because we feel like we aren't supposed to be there. Through an amazing teacher and my experience with Generation Citizen, I realized that being an immigrant didn't have to close me up and stop me from having a voice. That an ELL student who once had trouble understanding her teachers in class could make her entire school a better place for her peers. This was the thing that I needed to succeed in school and in life. My voice and my confidence to be an advocate for myself and others. I found that in high school, and now I use it every day, including today, standing up here in front of you all today. If I had advised for all the educators out there working to improve education in our schools, it would be to look to your students, to us young people, for the answers to problems, not just as the problem themselves. Youth, more than anyone, have the insights into how to make our schools and communities better, like what learning should look like and what kids like me really need from school in order to succeed. We live it every day and every hour of the day. Share power with us in and outside the classroom so we can help advocate for the solutions to solve the issues that affect our lives. Find us, talk to us, and let us lead. I had a teacher that did that for me, and I stand here today as a leader. Thank you.